Monongahela River and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olson here in the booth. Off we go from Pittsburgh. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Now they'll set up to throw. Got it out and downfield on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Let's go. 19, target, Bravo 80.
They'll look to throw yet again. Back to the sideline and intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive. To throw here to begin the drive. Flush to his right. And he just does pick that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
This is a situation where you just have to be a little bit more decisive with the ball in your hand. I mean, at some point, it's got to come out. You cannot continue to stress your protection over time like he did here. And to take that hit after that amount of time, that falls completely on the shoulders of the quarterback.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
And after that negative run. I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Let's go now.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. It's a gain of 19 in the air. Good for a Raider first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Out to his right. A diving effort there, just out of his reach. Incomplete. Trying to get it out to Ashton Genty that time. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And he's lucky this one didn't go back the other way, Mike. He got away with just a bad decision, bad throw, and defensively, you get a chance to steal a possession for your offense. You got to capitalize and make those plays.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Vegas.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
You know, anytime you're talking about an interior defensive lineman, it's always easy to talk about his size and his strength. But what stands out to me, Mike, is his ability to move his feet, turn those hips, get penetration in the backfield, and take the running back down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Back to throw. Moving to his right. Taking off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He'll drop to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. He'll try and get there on the ground. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. The field goal unit going to come on for the Raiders. They'll put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt. His kick is good! From 60 yards out, he's got the leg to knock it through.
And you talk about having confidence in your kicker, Mike. I mean, to send him out there to kick from midfield, and what does he do? He repays you with that confidence with a 60-yard field goal. I mean, that was something else.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's a designed run. And they finally bring him down, but he gets it to the red zone. Brings it inside the 20. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. Pickup of 46 yards.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Throwing now from the gun. That is caught by Washington. And he's out of bounds at the 5, and they're in business. It is 1st and goal.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Going up top. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
So, Mike, regardless of what everyone else is playing, anytime there is a one single high safety, whether everyone's in man or zone, he's really just a full field zone defender. His job is to just help everyone across the board. And there's an element of instincts. There's an element of understanding offensive game plan. And then at the end of the day, you've got to have the speed and the ball skills to get to the ball and contest as many throws as you can.
And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. They get 19 on that pass play. Good for a Raider 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Here's a handoff to Jensen. And to be taken down with the 1st down as time will run out on this opening quarter. Quarter 2 begins. It is Raider football. as they've got it with 1st and 10. Inside the 15-yard line. He's done it again. Back-to-back good runs. 19 this time, and another 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw, and he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
They'll throw out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like the touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
35-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Let's go now.
On 2nd down, a run with Johnson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 14 on the pickup. That's a Steeler 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
At the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. down the left sideline. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Raiders 6.
Here's Cardi now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now return coming from the 7. Crazy. Get across the 20. Mark him at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Nick Emanwari. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That's over the middle and intercepted. And now he loses the football. I believe one of the Steelers was in there and brought it in. He did. So it stays with Pittsburgh.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Got it. Ready? Go! 60 Bison. 60 Bison. 76.
Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
One broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
And the defense knew they had to be ready for anything here on 3rd and short. They decided to put the ball in the air, and they might have been better off keeping that ball on the ground because that defense was ready for it, and they were all over it.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come. It's 4th down. It's looming.
Set. 19 Lions. Let's go now. Warriors 17. 19 tight. 19 tight.
And this will pay off. It is for him in the game. Numbers 10 and 11 on the year.
Great job here on 4th and goal. The most difficult play to defend, Mike, is scramble pass in the red zone. There's teams out there that create these exact opportunities because of the stress it puts on coverage. That's why it's so critical for these defenses to keep the quarterback in the pocket, because when you don't, it is so hard to latch onto these receivers for that amount of time.
Makes the score Steelers 41, Raiders 6. Joshua Carney to kick off.
Here's Carney now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that one incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
That's caught. It's the tight end drop Bowers. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one. And they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Now they'll set up to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That's good for 27 and a 1st down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
Well, he didn't connect for the touchdown. What I really liked, Mike, was that he kept his eyes downfield as he left the pocket. Once he saw something that he did like, he ripped it without hesitation. They just got to find a way to get on the same page in these scramble drill moments.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Look to throw. On the run to the right. And he somehow manages to get back to the line of scrimmage before he's hustled out of bounds. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Raiders are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, 19, back to 60, back to 60, back. 19, 19, lock, 60 backside, fellas. Back to 60.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. On the move, past the 40. And he'll be forced out of bounds.
That's good for us.
That one good for 26 yards. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Trap 60, trap 75, 70 range, 70 range. Warrior, 70.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Check, check, check.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now. Like, he just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
On the ground, it's Gentry to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
2nd and 10. Bowers, the man in motion. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. The Raiders have their punt team out there. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. Taken at the 19. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Throw here to begin the drive. Going downfield, right side, and it's caught. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
46-yard line.
To throw. He'll let one go down the middle. And he's got another one. Touchdown Steelers. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game and number 12 on the year.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the 1st half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
The extra point from Party is good. And the Steelers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return starts from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's bumped out shy